In this lesson we are going to have our skirt with zigzag yoke, yes, and I will keep the basic shape with the vent on the center back, because in the end I will use this skirt to have all the finishing details, the zipper, the facing, the hem, everything, the yoke and the lining, everything you need, yes, in order to finish your garment with all the process. So that's why I will keep it standard, the basic shape, the classical one, but with the transformation. So I will play with the yoke zigzag, yeah, zigzag yoke, so you can keep it the same for your final project, or you can search for another shape, yeah. But on this lesson I want you to focus on zigzag, yeah, to practice more the corners as we did before, the small exercise with zigzag, and now we attach, we put, we apply our technique on a skirt. Of course you can develop later on which garment you want, yeah. So I will choose now the classical skirt, and using the block that I work on with formulas, yes. So these are, if I remember well, my sizes, yeah. I will choose full, yeah, I will work on full skirt, full front, full back, in order to have our final skirt on full, yeah. So I have here, because once I'm thinking on a moulage, I can play also on paper, I can play also on muslin, yeah. So it's up to you. For the moment I will start working on calico, on muslin, because anyway I need my basic pattern block like this. I don't want to ruin this, yeah. Maybe if you want you can copy, but instead of paper I will use calico. If you don't have the muslin, you can work on the paper. I like more on fabric, on this canvas, because I can feel the fabric, I can see how it fits on the body, yeah, because as you already know, it doesn't have the same properties as the paper, so it's better to have it on fabric to play how you want on the moulage, yeah. So first of all I will cut the fabric, this calico muslin, on full, and then I will stitch the darts. I will press the seams, and then we put it on the dress form and start playing with the style line, yeah, zigzag line. Okay, and here I will fold the fabric into, yeah, the fold line is the center front, the fold line, and on the center back we are going to have the zipper, so we don't need the fold line, only the grain line on the center back, yeah? So fold line, I will put it exactly on the grain line, fold line, according to the center front. And the back I will keep also the fly zipper, this vent, yes. Now the fly, the vent, the opening on the center back, to see how we are going to stitch it in the end, yeah, because it's interesting also to have this stitched, yeah. Once you have straight skirt or a conic skirt, if it's A shape you don't need it, but once it's straight or a little bit like this, we need the vent, yeah, the opening on the center back, only to allow us to walk. So between, I'll check the grain line, I put pins, again if you want to do the transformation directly on paper you can, but I repeat, yes, I feel better, I feel the fabric better once it's on the dress form, yeah. It's better to have it on fabric than on paper, to see how it folds. and it won't be according to the it's almost, because also my dress form, it's my size, but of course there are small differences between my body and the dress form, yeah, but I will keep it according to my body shape, according to this block, and in the end I can wear it, yeah. Okay. Or if you want, you can do a quick moulage, as we did on that skirt with curves. If you don't want to spend time on sewing the sides, sewing the darts, choose which way you want in order to have a moulage, full moulage for your skirt. I will transfer the darts. So exactly what I'm doing right now on calico, you can do it if you want to have a classical skirt without any transformation, which means you need to pin the vanishing point, both layers, to transfer them, yeah? We put pin here, and then I will start sewing them. Of course, I will take a marker, a chalk, tailor's chalk, a measuring tape to measure 1 centimeter all around. I'll take quickly by eyes, but if you're not sure where is 1 centimeter, take the measuring tape or a ruler and measure. Let's see. I have it here. So we can do like this. 1, yes, all around. Keep all around 1 centimeter. For the hem, if you want longer skirt, go with 3, 4. Normally we need the hem for a classical skirt should be about 3 centimeters. Yeah. If you want longer skirt, you need first to extend the block, let's say with 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 centimeters, and then to think about on hem. Yeah. Now my length, I will keep it like this, and I will add the hem of 3 or even 4 centimeters. Yeah. Let's keep it 3 because I don't have too much here. And on my fabric, I won't need to put any more seam allowance all around because I already have it on the moulage. Yeah, because in the end, we open the moulage, we take out the block with the zigzag yoke, and then we cut the right fabric for our final project. We need the notch from here, yeah, the corner here, it's important, and 1 centimeter all around. These are notches that you will need, yeah, not here. We do not cut on the center front because it's fold line. The hip, it's important, and here will be the zipper. Once you have the dart, extend the legs. Yeah, you can mark the vanishing point, but you need to transfer it also here. Yeah, don't forget to transfer it also here. You can take the pin out now, and here, if you want, you can even mark, because it's on moulage. But if you have the fabric for your skirt, maybe you want to stitch classical one only with a tailor's chalk or a special pen for tailoring. We don't want to ruin our fabric with markers, permanent markers. Okay, and here we need to pleat. Yeah, you already know. We need to pleat, to make the pleat to like this, starting from here to here, and to cut, yeah, with, let me take the scissors, to cut with the closed dart, yeah. And the same on the other dart. We just fold the fabric, match together the legs of the dart, keep it close, and go and cut the seam allowance. Yeah, like this. Of course, you are going to cut the legs only on the seam allowance, because you need to mark the dart behind. Yeah, you can take the cutter, rotary cutter, to go faster if you want. And we slip the notches. Don't forget about the notches, because they are very important. Here we don't cut on the bisectors, later. Yeah, we are going to stitch from the hip line until this point. Yeah, but we don't cut now. Later we cut. Snip because it's the hem. Snip here because it's the vent. Yeah, we need to press it, and you need to control according to this, and again the hem. Okay, here we finish with the back. We can take the pins out. I will take a ruler to mark. This block will keep it for the yoke, not yoke, for the facing behind. The yoke will be on the front, the zigzag, but the facing behind, I will start working from this, yeah? So that's why I didn't ruin it. I keep it because this is the base. You are going to use it every time, many times, yeah? The basic stays the same. Okay, and here the dart, I'll turn on the wrongs, on the other side. I have the two notches for the legs and mark the dart, because on this line I will stitch it. I will close it, yeah? Okay, and the front part, we check the notches. Okay, the hem, the hips line, the legs, and the center front, yeah, the small triangle. On the center front, once you open, try to see if it goes a little bit up, it means you need to take it to go down. Why? Because sometimes it happens, I will open it right now and you'll see, it happens to make like a shape in the center front on the waist, so we need to avoid it. Let's check. Again, the front, I will keep it for the yoke in the end. Yeah, in the end, once we go on the finishing details, I will do the yoke according to this block. Yeah, I'll keep it safe. First, let's mark the dart. We have the two legs. And two. And let's check here. I'm talking about here. If I see that I exaggerated right now to understand. If it, look, even now I feel that I have to cut about ½ centimeter in order to avoid this roof like, yeah, A shape. You know, because imagine you finish the skirt and you have this, no. If you have a special design with the waist zigzag, okay, but here we need to avoid to have it perfectly straight, because it's easily, you can easily see if it takes like a shape, yeah? So better fold it back and try to cut from this point, try to cut ½ centimeter, yeah, together. The same you should do it on the paper, yeah, because you have the yoke that you are going to transform from the basic block. So the same, if you took 5 millimeters here from the first leg of the dart, you do the same on the paper. We do it together right now. Yeah, so here I match them good, and I enter from the leg, I enter and I eliminated this. Yeah, of course, I keep the center front. Every time to check. Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, it takes a nice shape of my waist. And I'm going back to the block, the front, and the same I will do here. So ½ centimeter to avoid that A shape, yeah, from the center front, and I eliminate, yeah, I eliminate this part. Just a second, okay, because maybe it wasn't perfectly 90 degrees, yeah, maybe it was a little bit up, yeah, that's why we did this. Yeah. Okay, going back. Next step is to stitch the darts, 4 darts to front to back, and the side. So let's pin it, and then we go and we finish our moulage. On the center back I won't close it, because I want to be easy for me to put it on the dress form, not to put it like this, like a cylinder, just to fix it on the back. So I will keep it open, the center back, for the moment. I focus on sewing the darts and I pin them. Yeah, I start with the vanishing point while pinning, finish on the base, because once I go to the sewing machine, yeah, I'll put it like this, starting from the base to the vanishing point. Yeah, we already did this, but we repeat to understand it very, very well. Because everything you practice more, it becomes natural, yeah, in your, so better more than less, and then to face issues every time. Okay. So I just pin, yeah, 1 and 2, and then the side. After that we go on sewing them and pressing. After pressing open the seams, we put it on the dress form and start playing on it with zigzag style lines. Okay, and the side, yeah, this is the wrong side. We need to put face to face, yeah, the side of the skirt, the side, back side, and like this. Imagine how it should look like your skirt, your closed skirt on the wrong side, yeah? Wrong side because I have the darts here, wrong side because I have the darts here. I pin the notches, the waist, and the hem, and then going at 1 centimeter, yeah, because 1 centimeter is my seam allowance here. Also here, like this, yeah. Again, the center back will stay open. I'll start from top to bottom, yeah, every time from waist to hem. If I started one from hem to waist, I go with the second one from hem to waist. If I started from waist to the hem, we do the same on both sides, because sometimes the movement of the fabric, we don't want one like this and one like this, yeah, we want them together, the tension, let's say the tension of the thread to be the same on the skirt. And the hip notch. Okay, and let's sewing them at 1 centimeter back stitch, yeah, exactly how you normally stitch a skirt. The back stitch, once you finish, so one side it's ready, the second side, as you can see, it takes more time than if you go and play quickly with the moulage on the dress form, close the darts with the tape, and that's it. Yeah, here we need to spend time for cutting the fabric, pinning, sewing, and it takes more time. But depending on how you want, maybe you want standard transformation on standard blocks, so this is the right way how to do it on standard. If you want on your customer body, yeah, you are going to do moulage quickly, as we did on the previous lesson with the basic draping. And the darts, yeah, I stitched the side, and now the darts from the base to the vanishing point. I will do the back stitch on the vanishing point because it's on moulage. You already know that normally we make a knot once we reach the vanishing point, but if you have silk or lightweight fabric, yes. But once you have this cotton, it's good to go faster, and you can do the back stitch here on the top. Not a problem. And the last one, and then we press quickly. You can also press by hands with fingers this muslin because it stays. I think I'll go faster and I will skip the pressing only by finger. Okay, yeah. And let's see, I will use my fingers because I don't want to wait again for my ironing. So here we open the seam allowance, yeah. You can take the ironing, but I want to go a little bit faster, yeah. And just go. It's working with fingers also. This. The darts through the side. Sometimes you have to check depending on the position of the dart, because sometimes it's better, yeah, the dart to be, for example, the back darts through the center back, and this front through the side, yeah, because sometimes they fit better together. You'll see also on the corset, yeah, because it's like princess seam, we can direct the seam allowance through the front, yeah, depending on how it fits better, yeah? Okay, depending on the position of the seam. Okay, and here let's put it also on the center, directed to the center back, the back dart. And here we open again and we put it on the dress form and prepare. We are ready for our drawings, for our style line. We have the canvas for our artwork, yeah? Think about like a painting, like a artwork, and you can play with mountains, valleys, birds, and everything you want on your skirt. But of course I will keep it simple, I will keep it easy, only to practice the zigzag, as I told you. Now I can put it on the dress form. It will be, I think it will be a little bit bigger, yeah, because it's on my size, but it's okay. I'll put it 1 centimeter up because I have the seam allowance included. And I keep it on the dress form only to help me to draw on it, yeah? But I don't focus on having a perfect fit, as I have the standard block or my sizes, yeah? The block according, not the dress form sizes, yeah? Okay, it's kind of similar because this is large and I'm also between large, X large like this. It's a small difference between me and the dress form. It's almost there. I pin here, see? I pin like this. I put them edge on the center back and I pin it, okay? We have it ready for the next steps for the style line. So see you in the next lesson.